somewhere up there. Now I'm not going to look at the camera. I got to look at the road. But this was a great while to set this up. So instead of telling you about my product, I'm going to use it because I built this so I can code while driving. Okay, so we're going to code. We're going to drive. We're building our product. Made $1,200 with AI so far, and like collectively, not really from one product. So now we're trying to grow that into 10,000 monthly recurring rent. If we do that, that'd be a great series, and this will be a testament of what you can do while driving. So I'm doing some deliveries right now, and we're gonna program because we're gonna drive for a lot of hours. And I want to make some cash, so I want to get paid for while building. So if you haven't checked it out, the link is in the description. There's a free trial, and if not, just buckle down and stay tuned for the ride. All right, let's go. Let's go. Okay, see where we're at. Where is this thing?
Each state's done in 4 checkpointed pairs, all suite screen. Here's where things stand. The plumbing is complete and is the part that mattered most. 2 new tracks exist in the shared engine. Sole proprietor and single member, LLC. And they are two rather than one because that difference is exactly where the money is. Texas states invest in its own words. A sole proprietorship is not a taxable entity, but a single member LLC filing as a sole proprietor federally is. Texas goes by legal structure, not by what the IRS calls it. Crucially, the lead magnet asks nothing new of the filer. The question that distinguishes them already existed for federal purposes. The business's home state is derived from the owner's residency rather than asked twice. And the non-resident owner question is hidden because one owner can't have co-owners elsewhere. So an unincorporated filer answers one external are the highest consequence ones. A single member LLC in California now sees the $800 plus a fee. They ended on revenue rather than profit. 100 every year. Delaware 300, Illinois 75, New York a flat 25, and Washington and Ohio reach a sole proprietor with no entity at all because they tax trading rather than registering. An Ohio sole proprietor with $7 billion in receipts owes $2,600 even at a loss. 2 findings worth your attention. Delaware took 3 of its own sources disagreeing. Its instructions page says 400. Its FAQ says 300. And the statute says 400. The resolver was the amending
Oh, we're driving. Oh, we're coding, bro. Come on. Let me listen to what's it's saying. All right. Oh man, y'all jinxed it. You guys jinxed it. There, I gotta restart it. What's lagging in the chat? Oh, we got all the homies in the chat. W homies. I think the stream and the app is using up too much juice. So this explanation was $20. Now I'll pass on that one. Okay. Give me the 7 sentence version simplified of that explanation. And are you saying that people with a loss on sole proprietorships won't pay taxes? Question mark. Yeah. Why are all three of you guys on stream? Are you guys discarding little scrubs? You want disco? You got a little bit of disco. All right. Oh, homies in the chat. Everybody go get a free trial. Oh, you guys are on disco. You traitors. You traitors. Didn't tell me. Oh my god. What a scrub. All right. Well, I'm not joining because y'all did.
7 sentences.
Oh.
A sole proprietor's business income was always covered, but nobody was telling single member LLCs about charges, all just for being registered. I built 2 new tracks in the shared engine so both products know the difference. Since a sole proprietor registers nothing while an LLC does, the filer answers one extra question because the tool already knows the business type and home state from questions asked earlier. 8 states are done, starting with the biggest. California's 800 plus a fee on revenue. Massachusetts 500 a year, Delaware 300, Illinois 75, New York 25. Washington and Ohio matter differently. They tax doing business, so they reach a sole proprietor with no company at all. The other 43 states are on silent. Each one says not yet detailed. Check with the state so nothing looks free when it isn't. Everything is checkpointed in the instructions file. All tests pass, and nothing is committed. Now your question. And I want to correct the reading because it's the reverse of what's happening. I'm not
Pull
saying a
over,
loss
Gup.
means no tax.
Pull over.
I'm saying a loss does not save you from these charges.
Sorry, guys.
Which is exactly
do or die
what
at this
this one
point. I'm
was
sorry.
doing. Here's the distinction.
Gotta get
Income
them
tax is
eyeballs.
charged on profit. So in a losing year, there's very little. None, but these
Florida
states
man
charge-
driving. That should be the new
California
title.
800 is charged for being a
Simplified explanation. That's way too complex. I have no idea what you're saying. So,
losing money
Hang
doesn't
on.
get you out of these charges. That's the whole point. Some state charges have nothing to do with profit. California charges an LLC $800 a year just for existing.
Are you
You
serious?
owe it whether you made $1 billion or lost everything. A plain sole proprietor with no LLC mostly owes nothing to the state for the business itself, not because they lost money, because they never registered anything. The tool used to say nothing about any of this. Now it does.
All right. So for the Japanese lady, I built a voice engine so that I don't have to look at my screen to see the AI responses. Okay, because it's a hazard. You want to just talk and listen. And there's a selection of voices. There's like a Santa voice. There's just a regular voice. There's Scarlett Johansson voice. For some reason, the Japanese lady voice just became my favorite one. It's the one I can just listen to. You'd feel like I'm in an anime and I got that person in the chair talking to me like, "Oh, this is what you got to do," uh, like a Mission Impossible style. And it's the voice that does not annoy me. It just sounds the coolest. So I, I chose a Jap here. Let's switch it up. You want some Santa? Show you guys some Santa voice. And how many states have you completed? Are we done with this phase 3 task? Question mark. Now you're gonna hear the Santa voice, okay? It's fun, but I just can't listen to him talk for too long. Japanese lady though, I talked to her for days on days. Where are you driving to? 51 done. Yeah, I'm driving to the villages. I'm doing some Uber deliveries. We're on doing Uber and DoorDash right now, so you can earn money while building products that don't make money. That way, we manage the opportunity cost. All right, let's listen to some Santa right now. Not finished. The 8 are California, Delaware, Texas, New York, Washington, Ohio, Illinois, and Massachusetts. I picked those first because they cost the most money. 43 states left. Oh, we got a new offer. $21. They upped the fee. Well, these guys are negotiating. I don't want to go with Dixie though, man. Yeah, I'm not doing with Dixie. Sorry, babe. No with Dixie. Oh.
They aren't broken in the meantime. Each one tells the user, we haven't worked this state out yet. Check with them. Instead of pretending there's nothing to pay. And to be clear about the phases, phase 3 itself was finished earlier. That's the state filings showing up on your tax page. And in the prep packet, this LLC work is a separate repair we found afterward. Sitting on top of it, everything's saved in the instructions file. So we can pick up at state 9 whenever you want. Nothing is committed yet.
Okay, please continue with the task, and then keep updating the MD file with every time you complete 2 states. So, and just to be sure, everything is going according to plan? Question mark. Hell yeah, the hustle never sleeps. Or the hub gub. Can't believe you guys are playing without me, man. Unreal. Not even a hop on gub. I was actually free today, but yeah, y'all suck. It's too late now. We've committed to the stream, guys. Committed to the stream. Hang on, I know I got something cool. I'm gonna do Inception right now. Hold up. Oi! I disband this council. I disband this council. Hello? 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 Anybody there? Hello? Hello? Sucks. I'm doing this. Oh shit. Oi! Oh, a bit of scrubs.
Oh my god!
Oi, oi, what are you guys doing, little scrubs?
Oh my god.
What are you guys doing?
We couldn't even hear him. He's like, he actually came into the school. We can't hear you.
Really?
Oh, now we can hear you. Oh, God.
What are you guys doing? How dare you play without me? How dare you?
Yeah, but I thought they would have known.
Huh?
You so you get the revenue. He tries to call late notice. Say safe guy, safe over, but you can do dash.
Oh my god, what are you guys even playing?
That's good. Kill his ice. On the way.
Alright. Well, let's continue back to the hustle, guys. I'm sorry, I had to do here. Oi, stop it. Okay. Here we are. This Claude is still working right now. So, as you can see, this is one of the main benefits of I just write a loop, and it's just looping and looping. It's doing its work. And yeah, I don't got to be there on my computer. I can just start a new chat. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Okay, you see. What was the one question I wanted to know? Oh no.
Failed to authenticate. AP.
Why? Hello? Are you still there? Wow, the stream is going downhill so quickly. They're still spamming that one Dixie. I'm not doing it, man. Oh. Okay, it's still working. Switching to back to my Japanese lady. Okay. Go to Vibride. Start chat. Make sure we got our opus. So, based on the way I've structured these Stripe products and the subscription plan, if someone upgrades their subscription tier mid-cycle, is their account upgraded, but the charge only happens on the next billing cycle, or which is the exact behavior that I want? If someone wants to upgrade, give them the upgrade, but don't bill them till next billing cycle. Is that the current case? If not, tell me what it is. Do not write any code. Just explain. So you'd be surprised how much you could get done while operating like this. It could seem like it's not productive because you're driving, you're getting off the car, you're picking up orders, you're doing this and that. But the funny thing is, you can actually continue on your phone. So even when I get out, now I can't live stream it, but I mean, I could if I get some kind of weird thing on my neck and take that phone out with me. I guess I could try. Uh, but the bottom line is, it it can it can seem very distracting and non-focused. However, and this is the big however, what other option do you have? Really, you have none, right? If you're on the road all the time, you don't have another. The other option is to be at home and not be making money. If your product still hasn't made money, which could be months. So whatever time you can squeeze in while driving, it compounds very quickly. Like you will
Short
probably
answer, yes on timing with one wrinkle on amount. How an upgrade actually happens today. A paying customer who clicks upgrade never goes through a second checkout. The checkout route sees an active subscription and redirects them into the Stripe billing portal, where your portal config lists Core, Pro, and Max as switchable prices. I pulled the live portal config from Stripe just now. It has subscription updates enabled for price changes. Billing cycle anchor unchanged. Proration behavior create prorations, and no schedule at period end conditions. What that produces? The plan switch is immediate in Stripe. Stripe fires customer. Subscription updated right away. Your webhook writes the new plan name. And resize container runs immediately. So CPU, RAM, and process limits change on their live container within seconds. And the disk ceiling changes too because the stats sweeper reads the limit from plan name each pass rather than from a container flag. So the account is genuinely upgraded on the spot. No, money moves at the moment of the upgrade. Create prorations means Stripe only writes proration line items as pending invoice items. Nothing is charged then. The renewal date does not shift. The card is next touched on the normal renewal date. That is exactly the upgrade now bill next cycle. Shape you describe. If the setting were always invoiced instead, they would be charged the difference within seconds. That is not what you have. The wrinkle. The next invoice is not just 1 month at the new price. It is the new plan's full month, plus the prorated catch-up for the remainder of the current period, minus credit for the unused old plan. Concretely.
There we go. A good deal. Found a good deal. Taking it. Going to McDonald's. $9.50. Why is everything so slow? Why is everything so slow? Wow, everything is just so slow. All right. Where are we? Oh no, I'm in the wrong lane.
Quarter Pro on day 15 of a 30-day cycle bills roughly 49 plus about 15, so about 64 on renewal day. Then 49 every month after, so they are not billed until next cycle. But they do eventually pay for the days they spent on the higher tier. If what you meant is, the rest of this month on the bigger machine is free, they simply start paying the new rate next month. That is a different setting, proration behavior none. And it is a portal config change, not a code change. Two things worth deciding while you are in here. First, downgrades currently behave the same way. Immediate. Someone on Max can drop the core mid-cycle, lose the big container instantly, and take a credit against the next invoice. Most SAAS schedules downgrades to take effect at period end instead, which Stripe supports through the schedule at period end condition for decreasing amounts. Second, the portal redirect only triggers when the local status is exactly active. A past due customer who clicks upgrade falls through into a fresh checkout against the same Stripe customer, which can leave them with 2 subscriptions. Nothing was changed. This was all read only.
So which part is the wrinkle? And are you saying that if someone's on a $20 plan and they upgrade to a $49 plan, that they will get the container resized immediately, but they will also be charged immediately, and there's no credit carryover. So meaning if they're on $20 for 2 weeks, they pay $49. They ended up paying um, what is it? $79. And after those, so for those remaining 2 weeks, they get charged 6 weeks later. Or what are you saying? We're going to McDonald's. Hustlers in the chat. Hustlers in the chat. Yeah. I need to know, have you ever seen someone doing this? I really need to know. Have you seen someone doing this? Maybe you shouldn't be doing this.
No, they are not charged immediately, and there is a credit for the unused time. Let me walk the actual timeline using your real prices. Or at 19 the Pro in the portal. The container resizes within seconds. Their card is not touched. Stripe right. 50 for the half month of core they paid for but will not use, and a charge of about 24. 50 for the half month of Pro they will use. Then about 15 sitting in the wings. Day 30 their normal renewal date unchanged. One invoice for about 64. That is 49 for the coming full month of Pro. Plus that net 15 for the back half of the month they just spent on Pro. Every month after that, 49. So the answer to when do they pay for those 2 weeks is on their next billing date. The same date they were always going to be billed. About 2 weeks after the upgrade. Not 6 weeks later, and not at the moment of upgrade. The wrinkle is only that the next invoice is 64 rather than a clean 49. Timing is exactly what you asked for. Upgrade now, pay next cycle. Amount is where it differs from what you might have pictured. They do eventually pay for the upgraded days, just later. If you want the back half of the current month to be genuinely free, bigger, machine now, and the very next invoice is a clean 49 with no catch-up. That is proration behavior set to none on the portal config. One setting, no code. And the 79 in my earlier message was me naming the max tier price, not a total. Ignore it here. No, they are not charged immediately, and there is a credit for the unused time. Let me walk the actual timeline using your real prices. Core at 19 and Pro at 49 on a 30-day cycle. Day 1, they pay 19 for Core, covering days 1 through 30. Day 15, they switch to Pro in the portal. The container resizes within seconds. Their card is not touched. Stripe writes 2 pending line items, a credit of about 9.50 for the half month of Core they paid for but will not use, and a charge of about 24.50 for the half month of Pro they will use. Net about 15 sitting in the wings. Day 30, their normal renewal date unchanged. 1 invoice.
Let's go pick up some McDonald's. I think I'm taking you with me. It's the only way this works. Otherwise, I have to cancel it. No, we're not doing that. Not yet. Too soon. I need you to see. I need you to come with me. I have to put you in my pocket, though. Everybody loves being in the pocket.
I need to try to take on from.
Picking up an order. Picking it up at McDonald's. Not ready yet, though. It'll be a good time to ask questions. If anyone has questions, now's the time. So what is this? So here's what I'll show you actually.
What's the meal? You did it right.
See how I left the cart? We got it right here. So where is it? Sorry, let me find it first. It's not working. All right, here we are. Look at that. I can still see what they were doing in the car.
Good one, Jared.
I mean, that kind of matches the behavior I want, but instead of charging them for the 2 weeks of being in pro and making that next invoice 49, 69 or whatever the math is, why not rotate the amount of the current plan they didn't use as a discount for the pro plan? Because that seems more fair. Does that make sense? Oh, shoot, we've been on Fable this whole time. Mention that.
You're waiting for the grades, correct?
Yeah, Carlos. All right, no problem. So, what is it? Yeah, you see here, I'm using a different URL. That's because that's my sandbox. The other one is the user-facing sandbox, which is basically a clone. They're just forks of each other. So that's why if you see the URL, don't trip out. It's the same one as the description.
Like, oh, they'll come to me and everything. Oh, who will come to my dad? Exactly. Oh, pick it out.
No, I don't mean giving a free month. You can charge immediately. So I mean, the invoice can be charging pro for those 2 weeks. All right. Thank you.
Have a good one, Joyce.
See you. All right, guys, we got the goods. We're now going back to the car.
Head to your drop off at 3107 Avonmore Way.
Definitely need the car necklace. I have a thing that lets me put a phone around my neck, so I don't have to hold it. It's gonna have to be the stream phone. Gonna have to be the stream phone. But look at this. Now back on the iPad. So that's how we do it. That's how we code and drive. Now you're going back up the. Oh shit! Are you going back up there? There we go. Close that. Put up, put up.
Thing unfamiliar, like unicorn.
No, I'm not saying give it for free. What I said was, since you're charging them for the 2 weeks of the upgrade plan, and invoicing it along with the new subscription of the upgraded plan, what I said is yes, keep that, but credit uh the 20, the remaining of the $20 they had already paid for. So you can't just charge someone the 2 weeks worth credit of the upgraded and then the new cycle of the upgraded and throw away that 2 weeks that they had paid for on the downgraded plan. So if let's say if it's $20, 2 weeks they used $10 of it, they have a $10 remaining. They upgrade to the next tier, which is 49 during those 2 weeks, and then when the new cycle starts, they're paying the 64 minus that 64 with the remaining $10 that they had when they upgraded. Does this make it different? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand. And that is exactly what your setup already does. The credit is not thrown away. Here is the 64 broken all the way out. 2 weeks of pro used plus 24, 50. Unused 2 weeks of the core month they already paid, minus 9, 50. Next full month of pro plus 49, that totals 64. The 950 is already subtracted inside that number. Gross, it would have been 73, 50. The credit for the unused core time is what pulls it down to 64. So nothing to change to create prorations, which is what the live portal config is set to, is precisely to keep the upgrade charge. But credit back what they already paid and didn't use behavior you are describing. The customer sees it as line items on an invoice. A. Credit for unused time on core. A charge for remaining time on Pro, and then the new month Pro, combined with the immediate resize and the unchanged renewal date. That is the whole shape you asked for. Upgrade lands instantly. Card is untouched until the normal billing date, and their leftover core money follows them into the new plan. Yes, I understand. And that is exactly what your setup already does. The credit is not thrown away. Here is the 64 broken all the way out. 2 weeks of pro used plus 24, 50. Unused 2 weeks of the core month they already paid. Minus 9, 50. Next full month of Pro plus 49, that totals 64. The 950 is already subtracted inside that number. Gross, it would have been 73. 50. The credit for the unused core time is what pulls it down to 64. So nothing to change. Create proration, which is what the live portal config is set to, is precisely to keep the upgrade charge. But credit back what they already paid and didn't use behavior you are describing. The customer sees it as line items on that invoice. A. Credit for unused time on core. A charge for remaining time on Pro, and then the new month of Pro, combined with the immediate resize and the unchanged renewal date. That is the whole shake you asked for. Upgrade lands instantly. Card is untouched until the normal billing date, and their leftover core money follows them into the new plan.
My goodness. We're doing good, guys. We're doing good. What is the issue you're describing? If it's already working, running, I understood some more bugs about my products, and that was just in 1 hour. So, said, even though you're more productive, and productive at home, you're losing 8 hours if you're doing this gig economy stuff and just doing nothing. So those hours can translate into this. And you saw how long I waited at McDonald's? That was a while. It was like maybe 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. I don't know. But in that process, I was reading outputs and then talking back to it. So this goes beyond just driving. I'm here on multiple devices and moving Claude with me as I go. I write something, and then I just put it in my pocket and I go away and I come back and my car is processing stuff like that. You get a lot done. And if you look at Vibride in the description, that was all built while driving, purely by driving. I was building that 100% like this. So it works. Anyways, let's see what this guy is saying. If you're wondering what I'm working on, I'm building a tax engine lead magnet. Okay. And when that lead, because it's a very, very long lead magnet, and while that's building, I'm going back and enhancing bugs in Vibride that will make the product just better than it already is. So if you don't know what a lead magnet is, it's something that will attract traffic to your website, and from there people can. It's attractive enough and valuable enough that people will sign up with you or give you their email or their phone number. So in this case, I created a tax engine, a free version that someone can pretty much get like an estimate on their taxes. And it takes a while to calculate your taxes. So in order not to lose your progress, um, they can make an account to preserve their progress over the years. So that way they can always come back and just check on their folder. And that's a lead magnet. And why? And well, I don't know if it's gonna work, but I took something that's paid, that people pay for, and I made a free version. So I'm sure that um, the search keyword volume can get me some inbound leads, even if it's a little bit that way. And that's just the start. So that's what I've been working on, and I got Claude in the background, completing all the heavy multi-layered tax situation. So let's see, where are we? Gotta drop this off first. There we are. I will be right back, everybody. You stay here.
Need a door. Ring doorbell, please.
In case you had pictured the clean 49, you wanted and charge version, which is what runs today. That question is closed, nothing to change. The two other things I mentioned are separate from upgrades and still open, if you care about them. First, downgrades take effect immediately rather than a period end, so someone can drop from max to core mid-cycle, lose the big container that day, and carry a credit into the next invoice. Most SAAS schedules that.
Yes, let's fix that downgrade issue uh, so that they don't get downgraded instantly, but only at the end of their cycle. Can you explain to me in simpler terms about the double subscription happening? What is that about? So it seems the stream disconnected for a second. What I was saying was that Uber will negotiate with you. An hour ago, they kept spamming this $20 deal, and they upped it to 21.5, and then no one took it. Not me, no other drivers. That now they offered that same deal for $35, which is funny because I've seen the app do this several times, where if there's a bad deal, they'll spam you with it, and when you reject something, your score drops. So they spam you in the hopes of you accepting it to not hurt your score. Um, but when no one would take a deal, they'll give you a really generous amount. And yeah, I mean, it's like you just basically negotiated with a algorithm. It's not like there's a person back there upping it. They have a time limit into how long, because the customer is waiting. It's like, hey, it's been 1 hour and I can't get a driver to pick up my thing. So
Downgrades are fixed. I set a schedule at period end. Condition on a live portal config for decreasing amounts. And Stripe confirmed it back. No code changed. No restart needed. It takes effect on the next portal visit. What a customer sees now. Someone on Max who switches to core gets told a change happens at the end. Their paid period. They keep the big container and the max limits for the days they pay. Or the switch flips on their renewal date and the webhook resizes them down at that moment. Upgrades are untouched, still instant with the credit and charge invoice you validated. I noted the whole configuration in my project memory, so it doesn't get fixed by accident later. Now the double subscription thing plainly. A subscription can be active or past due. Past due means the last renewal charge bounced, expired card, insufficient fund, but Stripe is still retrying and the subscription is alive. Your code sends someone into the billing portal, where switching plans is safe, only when their status is exactly active. Past due isn't in that check, so it slips past and goes down the other row. It builds a brand new checkout session, attached to the same Stripe customer. If they complete that checkout, Stripe doesn't replace their old subscription because nothing tells it to. It just creates a second one alongside the first. Now, that customer has two live subscriptions on one card, and every month both try to bill. Your database only has one row per account, so it quietly holds whichever subscription row last, and the other one bills invisibly. It's a narrow path. The customer has to have a failed payment and then click upgrade during the retry window. But the failure is expensive because it's charging someone twice, and you'd likely hear about it from them rather than from your own dashboard. There's a mirror case too. A trial that already has a real Stripe customer record works the same way. The fix is small. Send past due customers to the portal like active ones, since the portal is also where they'd update the failing card, which is what they actually need. Want me to make that change?
Hold on. Regarding the upgrade credit rollover we discussed, does Stripe even allow these things? And did we write the code in a way Stripe accepts?
answer this question first.
Yes on both counts. And the reason is that we didn't write any of it. The credit rollover is Stripe's own proration engine, not our logic. There is no code in this repo that computes a credit, adjusts an invoice, or calls subscriptions. Update at all. The only Stripe write our server makes for plan money is checkout. Sessions. Create for a first-time purchase. Every mid-cycle switch happens inside Stripe's hosted billing portal, and create prorations is a standard documented Stripe setting on that portal config. Stripe generates the negative line item for unused old plan time and the positive one for used new plan time. Holds them as pending items and pulls both onto the next invoice. That is a first-class Stripe feature used by most subscription businesses, so there is no chance of Stripe rejecting it, because there is nothing of ours for Stripe to accept. Same for the downgrade change I just made. I sent it to Stripe's API, and Stripe echoed the saved configuration back, which is Stripe validating the value. If decreasing item amount weren't a legal condition, that call would have failed with an error instead. The only place our code touches this at all is on the receiving end. When a switch completes, Stripe fires customer subscription updated, and our webhook reads the prices lookup key. Writes plan name and wistful consequences. When a downgrade is merely scheduled, the subscription's price hasn't changed yet, so our webhook correctly leaves the customer on their current tier until the switch actually fires at period end. And because we resolve tiers by lookup key rather than hard-coded price ID, none of it breaks when you change prices.
Park first, and then reprompt this guy. Right, drop a slot right here. Stripe server every mid-cycle switch out. Transfer. So what's the design causing the double subscription? It's gonna charge them twice. And can you also check Ledger Air and see if it has the same potential to have that double subscription thing? That's not supposed to happen. Don't write code, just read only and tell me what you see. All right, little homies. We're gonna end this stream here. I didn't think I'd be in a shopping zone. But yeah, I'll do a better stream next time. Do check out Vibe Ride in the description.
click the link in the description, check it out, get a free trial. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, and whether it's something you'd pay for, or if it's not, why not? And yeah, it'd be real cool if you check it out. And we'll do another live stream, and yeah, just not today, maybe later. But yeah, this was a good experiment. I gotta fix that camera angle, maybe put it somewhere nice so I can read the chat. But I don't know how to read the chat, but also show you what I'm doing, because if to read the chat, it'll have to be in front of me. And if it's in front of me, then, well, I mean, you can't even see me putting anyway, so I don't, yeah. We'll see. We'll figure out. We'll do a couple and see which one is the best. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. This is Gibbers Dudes checking out. Goodbye, goodbye. All right, end this thing.